Hello, good morning students. How are you? I think you are quite well. Today I will discuss a new topic, rotational motion of a rigid body. Rotational motion of a rigid body. A body is said to possess rotational motion. A body is said to possess rotational motion if all its particles moved along the circles. A body is said to possess rotational motion if all its particle moves along a circle in parallel planes. The center of these particle passes in a circle in a parallel planes. The center of these circles lie on a fixed line perpendicular to the parallel planes. The center of these circle lie on a fixed line perpendicular to the parallel planes and is called axis of rotation. The radius vector of all particles of a rigid body sweep out the same angle. The radius vector of all particles sweep out the same angle theta in time t and about the axis of rotation. So all particles have same angular velocity. You know angular velocity omega is equal to theta upon t. Angular velocity is equal to angular displacement upon time. Angular velocity omega is equal to theta upon t. Thus all particles have same angular velocity omega is equal to theta upon t, which is also angular velocity of the body. Now we will repeat it again. A body is said to possess rotational motion if all its particles moves along a circle in a parallel planes. The center of these circles lie on a fixed line perpendicular to the parallel planes and is called axis of rotation. The radius vector of all the particles of a rigid body sweeps out same angle theta in the time t about the axis of rotation. So all particles have same angular velocity omega is equal to theta upon t, which is also angular velocity of the body. This is also angular velocity of the body. Now we will discuss rotational motion under equation of rotational motion under constant angular acceleration. Equation of rotational motion under constant angular acceleration. We will derive derivation of the first equation of rotational motion. Equation of rotational motion. Equation of rotational motion under constant angular acceleration. equation of rotational motion under constant angular acceleration. First derivation of the first equation of motion. Derivation of first equation of rotational motion. Derivation of the first equation of rotational motion. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with constant angular acceleration alpha. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with constant angular acceleration alpha. We can write alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. Now we can write d omega is equal to alpha dt. This is angular acceleration. Angular acceleration is equal to angular velocity upon time. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with constant angular acceleration alpha. Then alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. Now we will integrate both sides. D omega, lower limit omega 0, upper limit omega is equal to alpha dt. Lower limit 0, upper limit t. Then integration of d omega is omega, upper limit omega, lower limit omega 0 is equal to alpha. Integration of dt is t, lower limit 0, upper limit t. We can write here upper limit minus lower limit. Omega minus omega 0 is equal to alpha, upper limit minus lower limit, t minus 0, that is omega minus omega 0 is equal to alpha t. Or we can write omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. This is the first equation of the rotational motion. Now we will derive second equation of rotational motion. Second equation of rotational motion. Derivation of second equation of rotational motion. Derivation of second equation of rotational motion. If omega is angular velocity of a body at any instant t, if omega is the angular velocity of a body at any instant t, then we know angular velocity is equal to angular displacement upon time. That is omega is equal to d theta upon dt. Now we will cross multiply. D theta is equal to omega dt. Now from first equation, omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Thus d theta is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t dt. Now we will integrate this equation. D theta, lower limit 0, lower limit is 0 and upper limit is theta. 0 upper limit theta is equal to integrating omega 0 dt 0 to t plus t dt, lower limit 0 upper limit t. Now integration of d theta is theta, lower limit 0 upper limit theta is equal to omega 0 and integration of dt is t, lower limit 0 upper limit t plus integration of t dt is t square upon 2, lower limit 0 upper limit t. Why this? Because x power n is equal to x power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here t power 1, then t power 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1. Thus this become upper limit minus lower limit is equal to omega 0 t minus 0 plus t square upon 2 minus 0 square upon 2, upper limit minus lower limit, that is theta is equal to omega 0 t plus here we get alpha t dt and this is alpha and this is also alpha omega 0 t and this becomes 0, then half alpha t square. This is second equation of rotational motion. This is the second equation of rotational motion. Now we will discuss third equation of rotational motion. Third equation of rotational motion, derivation of third equation of rotational motion. Derivation of third equation of rotational motion. The angular acceleration may be expressed as alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. This is third equation of angular acceleration alpha may be expressed as alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. We can write it d omega upon d theta into d theta upon dt, because when we cancel d theta we get d omega upon dt. Now alpha is equal to since this value omega is equal to d theta upon dt, therefore in place of d theta upon dt we can write omega. that is omega b omega upon d theta. Now we will cross multiply alpha d theta is equal to omega d omega. Here we see alpha d theta is equal to omega d omega. Now we will integrate this. We will integrate alpha lower limit 0 upper limit theta d theta is equal to lower limit omega 0 upper limit omega omega d omega. Now this become alpha and integration of d theta is theta and 0 to theta is equal to integration of omega d omega omega square upon 2 lower limit omega 0 upper limit omega. Thus alpha theta minus 0 alpha theta minus 0 is equal to upper limit minus lower limit omega square upon 2 minus omega 0 square upon 2 alpha theta is equal to omega square. We take LCM 2 omega square minus omega 0 square upon 2. Now we will cross multiply omega square is equal omega square minus omega 0 square is equal to 2 alpha theta, that is omega square is equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta. This is third equation. This is the third equation of rotational motion. Now we will discuss torque or moment of force. What is torque or moment of force? You have listened the name of torque. Can you tell me what is torque? Torque or moment of force. Torque or moment of force. Torque or moment of force. First we draw the diagram. This is a body of irregular shape. This is axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation. Now it is force act on it, and this one is 90 degree. This is a point P, point of application of force. This is a point of application rotation of force, and this is the distance d. This is a point O. Now this is line of action of the force. Line of action of force. Line of action of force. This is torque or moment of force. This is the axis of rotation. Now we will discuss what is torque or moment of force. The turning effect of the force. The turning effect of the force is known as torque. It depends upon two factors. First, magnitude of the force. The turning effect of the force is known as torque. It depends upon two factors. First, magnitude of the force, and second one, this perpendicular distance of the line of the action of the force. Perpendicular distance of the line of the action of the force from the axis of rotation. It is called linear arm or moment arm. Thus, we have seen turning effect of the force is known as torque. It depends upon two factors. First one is magnitude of the force, and second one is perpendicular distance of the line of the action of the force from the axis of rotation. It is also called linear arm or moment arm. Thus, torque is turning effect of the force. Torque is turning effect of the force about the axis of rotation. It is measured as the product of the magnitude of the force. It is measured as a product of the magnitude of the force and perpendicular distance between the line of action of the force and axis of rotation. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis. Consider a rigid body is free to rotate about a vertical axis through O. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a vertical axis through O. A horizontal force F applied on it at a point P. A horizontal force F applied on it at point P. Rotate it about this axis. Now we will see that if D is the perpendicular distance, of the line of action of the force from if D is the perpendicular distance of the line of the action of the force from the axis of rotation, then torque this is tau is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Now SI torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance, as tau is equal to F into D. SI unit of torque is Newton meter. CGS unit of torque, CGS unit of torque dyne centimeter. Now what is the dimension of torque? Tau is equal to F into D, dimension force ml t power minus 2 and distance L, that is ml square t power minus 2. This is the dimension of torque. This is the dimension of torque. Now sign convention, the torque is taken positive, the torque is taken positive if turning tendency is anti-clockwise. Torque is taken positive if turning tendency is anti-clockwise and torque is taken negative if turning tendency is clockwise. This is the sign convention. Torque is taken positive if turning tendency is anti-clockwise and torque is taken negative if turning tendency is clockwise. Now we will discuss some numerical based on torque. Our first numerical based on torque. First numerical is find the torque of a force 7I minus 3J minus 5K about the origin which acts on a particle whose position vector is I plus J minus K. Force 7I minus 3J minus 5K. Find the torque of a force about the origin which acts on a particle whose position vector R is equal to I plus J minus K. Now we know tau is equal to R cross F, force into perpendicular distance. Now we take I, J, K, coefficient of I is 1, coefficient of J is 1, coefficient of K is minus 1. Coefficient of I is 7, coefficient of J minus 3, coefficient of K minus 5. Now when we take I, we cover this line and this line. We will multiply this by this minus this by this. That is 1 into minus 5, 1 into minus 5 minus 1 into minus 3, minus 1 into minus 3 plus J. We cover this line and multiply this by this and this by this. That is minus 1 into 7 minus 1 into minus 5, 1 into minus 5 plus k. We cover this line and this line. That is 1 into minus 3 minus 1 into 7. 1 into minus 3 minus 1 into 7. 1 into 7. Thus we get minus 5 minus 3, that is minus 8i, here minus 7 minus 1 minus 5, that is minus 4 plus 4, minus 7 plus 4, that is minus 3j, and this minus 3 minus 7 minus 10k. Thus we get minus 8i, sorry, this is plus 5 minus 7, which is minus 2 because minus 7 plus 5, that is minus 2j, minus 10k. Now we will discuss next question. Question number 5. Our next question is, that is next numerical. A gramophone disc rotating with an angular velocity of 8 radian per second has an angular acceleration of 5 radian per second square. Find its angular velocity after 4 seconds. A gramophone disc rotating with an angular velocity of 8 radian per second. Omega 0 8 radian per second has an angular acceleration alpha equal to 5 radian per second square. Find its angular velocity after 4 seconds. Time t equal to 4 seconds. We know omega from first equation of rotational motion. Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t, that is omega is equal to omega 0 8 plus alpha 5 into t 4. Omega is equal to 8 plus 20. Omega is equal to 28 radian per second. Omega 28 radian per second. Now we will discuss next question. That is question number 6. A wheel of a cycle is rotating at 10 revolution per second. A wheel of cycle is rotating at 10 revolution per second speed. After 20 seconds, it is rotating with a speed of 20 revolution per second. Calculate angle through which this wheel is turned in 20 seconds. A wheel of a cycle is rotating at 10 revolution per second. This is frequency. Nu 0 is equal to 20 revolution per second. Then we know omega is equal to 2 pi nu 0, that is 2 pi into 20, that is 40 pi radian per second. A wheel of cycle is rotating at 10 revolution per second speed. After 20 seconds, it rotating with speed of 20 revolution per second. That is, this is nu 0 and nu is equal to this is 10 revolution per second. Sorry, this is 10 revolution per second. 10 revolution per second, then it become 20 pi. After 20 seconds, it rotating with a speed of 20 revolution per second. That is, nu is equal to 20 revolution per second. This is omega 0 and this is omega 2 pi nu, that is 2 pi into 20 is equal to 40 pi radian per second, and time is given 20 seconds. Time t is equal to 20 seconds. Now we will find angular acceleration. We know angular acceleration alpha is equal to omega minus omega 0 upon t. Angular acceleration alpha is equal to omega minus omega 0 upon t. Omega 40 pi minus omega 0 20 pi upon t 20, that is 20 pi upon 20. Alpha is equal to pi radian per second square. Alpha is pi radian per second square. Now we have to find a wheel of cycle rotating at 10 revolution per second. After 20 seconds, it is rotating with a speed of 20 revolution. Calculate angle through which we know theta is equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. Theta is equal to omega 0 t plus half alpha t square. This is the second equation of rotational motion. Theta is equal to omega 0. Omega 0 is 20 pi into t 20 plus half alpha pi into t 20 square. That is, theta is equal to 400 pi plus this become 400, we will divide by 2, we get 200 pi. 200 pi, that is theta is equal to 600 pi. Now we know 1 radian is equal to 180 upon pi. 1 radian is equal to 180 upon pi. 1 radian is equal to 180 upon pi. Then theta is equal to 600 pi into 180 upon pi, cancel pi, and it become theta is equal to 108,000 degree. Theta is equal to 1,08,000 degree. Thank you.